What up? What up? Welcome in everybody to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start the show by being transparent. And yesterday, we took a step in the right direction. 2-0. The Mavs and Warriors game was an easy under, and the best bet for this show, the over in the Lakers game, got there as well. So I think that makes me 118 and 81, last 199 in the association, slightly below 60%. So seeing things pretty nice right now, and we'll try to keep that going. My bad there. So I like how I'm feeling in NBA, and today I'm firing. It's a lot to like, and there's some games we don't even need to talk about. I will be on later with Kyle as well at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I might skip a couple of these and just go back and touch on them on his show. But let's take a look at the chat. And I'll apologize off the rip because I did not get to go through everybody's bets. I've been kind of slacking with that, and I really need to do better. But something's been up with me energy wise, so I just have to try to do better. I apologize for that. What up, prolific and Boofer? Boofer says it was just that easy to pick Dallas. That line was fishy, man. Line was fishy as hell. Should have got there with the Warriors as well. Appreciate you, Boofer. Says he's like number one. Drop which number like you are in the chat. Prolific is there, number two. Appreciate you guys. What up, football coach? Ray D'Amico in here. Says good afternoon, Ski. Hope all is well. He hit big last night on Seton Hall. Love to see that. Let's keep it going. Football coach says, can't imagine doing anything. He's currently coaching. Can't imagine doing anything else. Been in the game for 45 years, either playing or coaching, living the dream. Hey, I feel you on that. As much as I love basketball, I would enjoy being a coach too. I just probably need the kids to be old enough. I can't do the little kids because my patience is kind of thin. You got to have some patience to be a coach for sure. But respect for helping the younger generation. Um, you know, g- helping the younger generation in their sports endeavors. That's what I'll say. Joshua, what up? Matt Porter says he's late again. It's all right. I'm a little bit later. So you're early. What up, Kylie? Mark in the building. Mitch says, I stopped betting NBA when MLB started, and my account has been grinning since. Well, I'll tell you a little something, Mitch. I bet MLB. I bet it every year. But last year, I stopped betting MLB during the regular season, and I just grinded NBA. And my had the best NBA season I've ever had. I think it's just because I was focusing on one sport versus spreading myself all over. Pause. Spreading myself all over the board. Like too many MLB games, NBA games every single day to cap them and have a great feel on all of them. So I think when you focus on one sport, you should do better in it. So I can understand why you're doing better, and I'm happy to hear that. What up, James? Appreciate that. I don't watch anybody for baseball picks. A lot of people do great work. Um, you know, a long time ago when I used to have a regular job, I've been on that show too. He invited me on that show a couple of times, maybe even a few times. But I used to on my drive to work because I would start at 4 a.m. Greg Peterson, he would already have like a podcast out for baseball, going through all the baseball games, and I would listen to that while I was driving to work. And then by the time I get to work, I can kind of look through the card. I have an idea of what he was saying, et cetera, et cetera. So that was probably the last time I can think of when I was actually listening or watching a show for baseball picks. Hello, Miss Tasha. Says she's waiting on me. Mitch says, you mean we always start the show being late? What was your best bet, Tasha? Over how many minutes? Nice work, Mitch. He put his first best bet yesterday at the end of the show, and the Brewers cashed. I apologize that I can't come in and grade everybody. Like I said, my energy's been low. I've been just having enough energy to cap the games, watch the games, and get up and do it again. So I got to try to pick it up, do some. Maybe I need some vitamins or something. What up, Jake? Yes, sir. Let's keep it going tonight. Tonight's a big night. Rich in the building. Appreciate that. Delbert Roy says eating cheese is taking Ski's energy. It could be. I don't know if that's a thing, but if it is, it absolutely could be. He says not so much the kids, it's the parents. I hear you on that. Casey says spreading what? She said, y'all know y'all miss me. Always good to have you in here. And we know why we see Miss Casey in the chat. Because the Warriors won yesterday. Official gym class in the building. Jake says it's the tequila. Maybe you need a little bit of a tequila break. That sounds like more correct or accurate than the cheese taking my energy. So I'll keep that in mind. Maybe we'll just drink a little bit more water today. But let's get into it. We have a lot of games. Let's see. I think there's 9 on the slate. And like I said, I want to skip through some that I really don't care to talk about. I'd rather talk about those with Kyle later. So, rotation order. First game up, we have 501, 502. Lakers and Wizards opened up Lakers minus 12 and a half. Hasn't moved. Total hasn't really moved either. It looks like 234. For the Lakers, LeBron and AD are both probable. Looks like Gabe Vincent, I believe, should be in. He's down the injury report. They'll be without Vanderbilt and Christian Wood. For the Wizards, looks like Kuzma is game time decision. I would expect him to play. He always wants to play and have a good outing versus the Lakers. Bagley and Rashawn Holmes, as well as Tyus Jones and Landry Shamet, all game time decision for this matchup. And this is both teams on a back to back. Both teams third and four, fourth and six. And this is the Lakers' sixth straight game on the road. I believe they've won 4 out of 5 games so far on their road trip. And I feel a couple different ways about this. Let's talk about one reason I couldn't get to the window. Maybe you guys can talk me more into this play. But Wizards, they've been playing a little bit better lately on the defensive end than what I think of them as. Like they're not a great defensive team, but for some reason lately they've picked it up. And will that remain on a back to back? We shall see because they haven't been good. ATS unrested, and then the Lakers, whenever they've been a double digit favorite, I want to say the team total definitely hit over 123 and a half. 6 out of the 7 games for them as a double digit favorite. So I was thinking, my initial thought was Lakers team total, but just how the Wizards defense been playing lately kind of made me pump the brakes. However, I still think I can get there with the Lakers in this game. Like I said, they have been traveling a lot. You could look at it as travel fatigue, but I just think they're in a situation in a spot right now where, it's no time to be tired. Every single game they need to win, and I know they have to win this one by margin. I believe they're 4-2-1 ATS as a double digit favorite this year, and they're just playing good basketball. They've covered 5 out of 6 games. I will say this: I have I guess you can call it a trend or a system since 2015, and it's saying that pretty much we should not worry about this being the last game of a road trip for the Lakers. It's saying that they come to play, and it tells me that don't worry about it being double digits because every single time it's been double digits they've covered. So I look at that. It gives me more confidence. The Lakers have 2 days off after this game, so they can give max effort. And the Lakers didn't have to do too much yesterday. I mean, LeBron and AD both played less than 30 minutes. So I like the Lakers in this game on the spread and was considering a team total. Let's see what you guys think. What up, S. Dot? Bueno, looking at the over. Not sure what you're saying. When a team's win percentage is less than 35 after game number 70, so the end of the season, and they're a double digit dog unrested, they are 10-21 against the spread since 2015. Yeah, those teams are likely teams that they just want to get to the end of the season. They're ready to go on vacation. I absolutely understand that. Joe, appreciate you sharing. Let's see. Tasha likes that team total. Glenn likes the Lakers in the over, so he agrees with that. Saturated likes the over. We'll talk about it. I'm going down the list. Grandson TV. Nick, we'll have a best bet at the end of the show. So not too much talk about this game. I do like the Lakers and was considering team total over for them as well. All right. We'll keep going down the list. And like I said, we're skipping a couple. These next two, I'm really not interested in talking about. So we'll skip on over to and I'll skip on over to 507, 508, Memphis and Milwaukee. And for you people who want to hear about Blazers, Hornets, or Detroit, Atlanta, come catch me on Kyle's show later. I believe we'll go through every single game on there. So for this one, the Bucks opened as a 13.5 point favorite. They're 13 right now. Total has dropped about 3.5 points from 223 to 219 and a half. Injury report: Patrick Beverly is game time decision, but probable. Galloway a true game time. They'll be without Lillard and Chris Middleton. For the Grizzlies, Vince Williams, Watanabe, Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain, all out. But I mean, we talk about this all the time. Grizzlies, they're a scrappy group. They have guys in there trying to prove themselves, like Scottie Pippen Jr. And this Bucks team, I mean, it is supposed to be a bounce back spot coming off that loss versus the Wizards. But do we really trust them? It is a first game back home after a road trip. It wasn't that long. It was only 3 games. But as a double digit favorite this year, the Bucks are 4-12 ATS. Grizzlies have the rest advantage. You can look at it as either, it could be a letdown because they just came off a win, or they're just playing good right now and playing hard. And I think it's the latter. So a little bit more of a fade of the Bucks than a play on the Grizzlies, but I can also back the Grizzlies the way they just look. Grizzlies plus 13 and a half, plus 13 will be my recommendation for this game. Maybe the dirty dog of the day right there, looking at the Grizzlies. What up, Nick? He reminds everybody to hit the like button. Appreciate that. And Raven says, thanks for skipping. Don't need to talk about the 1-800 Gambler games. Prolific says, watch Skee take the dirtiest of the dogs to the window. I'm not scared of a dirty dog. You guys know that. Let's see. Dan says, don't trust Bucks full game, but in theory, they should come out hot after getting hammered by the Wizards. Should, but will they? Not putting my money on it. And Get That Parlay says, Bucks should, but they're one of the best, worst teams out there. And I can agree with that statement. So we'll keep moving down the list. Struggling today. Might need the over on those water breaks today. I'm trying though. Trying to hang in there. Next game we have 509, 510, OKC and Boston. This game, why am I not seeing here? What am I missing? There we go. This game opened Celtics -8 all the way up to 11 right now. Total open 227 and a half, and it's at 229. It did get up to, I think, 231 or 231 and a half, and now it's climbing back down with the news of SGA along with Jalen Williams, um, both out for this game. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it is the good one. Or the better one. For the Celtics, Jalen Brown is game time here, along with Springer. So my initial thought here was, when you have two competitive teams playing at the end of the year, I like to think it's more defense being played, more so probably in conference. But even still, I was thinking that way here. But now, I like it a little bit even more, just because you're missing a lot of the scoring for OKC. Um, let's see here. Yeah, you're missing a lot of scoring with those two guys. And I think now that the Celtics see the main guys out for the Thunder, like the Celtics don't have a lot to play for either. I wouldn't be surprised if, some of their main guys sit as well. So there's a lack of offense. Celtics been playing at the second slowest pace, and I just want to verify that. I believe they're playing at the second slowest pace last 5 games. Pace. Yes, second slowest pace last 5 games. So just combination of those things, I was thinking it'll be more of a lower scoring game. Don't really want to get involved with the side in this one. Let's see if the chat agrees or if you think about this game different. Prolific likes the over. So does Glenn. Lit Pick says if Jalen Brown is in, He likes him over his 20.5 points prop. Dan says, when has OKC plus the points been bad? Maybe without their best two players. I don't know who we're really trusting to put the ball in the basket out there, but we shall see. I won't be on the side. I only like the total. Let's keep going down the list. You know what? I'm going to skip this game too because that is a game that I felt one way and I paused for a lot of reasons I always talk about. And I remember something Kyle said last time I was on with him. I think it was, um, yeah, I remember something he said. So it gave me hesitation and I want to talk that game out with him. And it's not a great game anyway. So we'll go over to, I should skip this one too. Go over to Orlando and New Orleans. Actually, no, this one's okay. Pelicans -4 was the opener. Hasn't moved. Total open 209. Looks like 208. Injury report. You see Houston game time decision for Orlando. Alvarado and Ingram remain out for this Pelicans team. You do have the Pelicans in a bounce back spot coming off that loss as a favorite. The Magic, not the best of spots for them, playing their fourth game in 6 nights, and they've only covered one of their last 5 games in general. Both teams only covered one of their last 5 games. Pelicans, though, they've been good in these bounce back spots. 19-9-1 against the spread off of a loss. And we know how they've been in the first half. First half at home is hitting about, what is this? Or 24, 12-1. That should be 66%, I think. Well, I don't know why I can't do math right now. I didn't eat breakfast. So maybe affecting my math skills there. But Pelicans first half, Pelicans off a loss. Those would be the ways that I'm looking in this game. Let me just glance at a couple more things here. Yeah, Pelicans first half ATS off a loss, 19-10, but full game is 19-9-1 ATS. So I do think it's a bounce back spot for the Pelicans. Only way I can look. And let's look at last 5 games here. Pelicans defense a little bit lacking. Magic still good in that department. Pelicans have been the better offensive rated team, but not the better rebounding team. So I didn't run to the window to bet this one, just to lean towards the Pellies early and maybe often. Maybe looking at the total here, it is low, but both teams bottom 10 offensive rated teams and in pace. Magic have gone under in 5 straight. Um, Lean under, lean Pelicans. I guess that's the way I feel for this game. Let's take a look at the chat. How y'all feel about it? Bueno says, oh, that's the last game, I believe. Glenn likes Pelicans and under. Joe likes Pelicans first half. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Dan says it right there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Aaron liking those Pels. Bueno going with the first half. Nard thinks it'll be a Smack City spot all the way across the board. And Joshua, the one person who's in here liking the Magic +4, says low total and they have the better bench, thinks they can hang around. So a lot of us thinking the same here. Josh on the other side. I think I will wait as far as playing this game. And we'll move right along. We have Raptors and Minnesota. Opened up Wolves -15. They're now 16-point favorites. Total open 215.5. Consensus is 214. Injury report. Clark and Towns out for this Minnesota squad. For the Raptors, I mean, it's the same list of guys, but I'll just say Scotty Barnes, Boucher, Pirtle, Porter, all out. You have DJ, Bruce Brown, Abaji, and Gary Trent Jr. all game time decision. Looks like Trent Jr. is the only person who's likely. They did get quickly and RJ back into the lineup. They've already been playing fast. Let me get here. Yeah, they've already been playing fast, but we know quickly, especially, is going to, make the pace better and help out the offense. This is a Raptors team who's been playing a lot of games with 30 plus assists lately. Last game they didn't have it, but that's a sign of an offense that's doing some things correctly. It's just the defense that we haven't been able to trust. So both teams unrested, both teams third game of 4 nights. Raptors have only covered one of their last 10 games. So I'll mention this. This is a little bit of a spot thing here. goes back a few years. But unrested non-conference road teams, they are 4-20 against the spread after playing at home. So a little bit of a tough spot, a game that shouldn't even matter. I mean, the Raptors, nothing matters for them anyway at this point. I think the Timberwolves can still cover the big number. They haven't been fast starters, so I wouldn't take them first half at all. I still think as the game goes on, they'll start to pull away. And also, I think they can name their number because that Raptors defense has been giving it up versus everybody. Let me just pull up here. While I pull this up, I do know where. Why do I? There we go. I do know the Timberwolves are 9-2 to the over whenever they are unrested. But let's just look here. Raptors are the second worst defensive rated team last 5 games, and points per game allowed dead last, allowing 123.2 points per game in their last 5. They can't stop anybody. So I think the Timberwolves name their number. Timberwolves can probably hold them down defensively too, but the pace, I think the pace gets us enough enough points in this one to get up and over the total. So I like the Timberwolves. I think Timberwolves team total. I think the full game over. I think all three can hit. I think at the least 2 out of 3 hit in this game today. So that's how I feel about that one. Let's see. Let's see. Boofer says today is a first half day. You can have all these fourth quarter backdoor covers. I don't think so for this game, but I understand for sure what you're saying. Ray leaning towards that Timberwolves team total over. I did take it. Dan says Reek 7 over. I think so as well. Tasha, if you missed it, SGA and Jalen Williams are both out. Saturated says he took Raptors team total under 99.5 and he's nervous. I can see it going. I mean, if one loses, I can see the full game over losing just because the Raptors couldn't score. But I think the pace makes it tough for this game. I can understand why you're nervous. They're saturated, and Glenn likes the over. So let's move on over. And wait, how many games was it? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, and we skipped 3 of them. Okay, I guess we're making solid time. I was gonna say I'm speeding through this show today. Only been 23 minutes. But last game on the slate for the NBA opened up is Suns versus Cavs. It opened up Suns -6. They're a 5.5 point favorite currently. Total open 225.5, and it looks like 226.5. For the Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell looks like he's probable. Okoro, Porter, Jerome, all game time. Jerome doubtful. Dean Wade is out. For the Suns, Grayson Allen is game time. Damian Lee is out. So for this game, I wasn't I wasn't too interested. I'll say that in the point spread. If I had to pick, I mean, you have a Cavaliers team unrested, third game in 4 nights, fourth and six first. Suns with the rest advantage. But the Suns are coming off a long road trip, 5 games. First game back at home is usually flat. So I don't even want to tell you guys just anything. I don't want to do that. I'll say the total makes a lot more sense to me. You look at this Cavaliers team. They've been playing some good basketball as far as on the offensive end. They're sharing the ball, and it's resulting in them being able to put up a lot of points every single game. I want to say 4 of their last 5 games, they've had 30 plus assists. So I just like that when I'm looking for points. And you look at both of these teams, and by the way, Cavs have gone over in 6 straight games. You look at both of these teams last 5, both bottom 10 offensive rating and defensive rated teams. I don't see the Cavs stopping the Suns from getting points, but I also see some advantages here for Cleveland to score. Both have been turning the ball over like crazy, bottom 10 in turnover rate last 5 games, and Cleveland, number 5 in scoring off the turnover, at least the last 5 games. And both teams have been very poor defending above the break 3 and very good shooting it. So I just see a scenario where, it's very hard not to get a lot of points in this game. And the Cavaliers, they've been flying over all their totals by like double digits. So I think this is more of an over game than anything else. And RJ Barrett rolled out. That will hurt for a full game over. But I still think they're capable of doing it. For that last game. Appreciate you sharing that. So I'm looking towards the over in this last game. Tariq disagrees. He likes the under. So does Glenn. A lot of people liking the under. Ray is with me. He likes the over. Rich Kebab likes the Cavs. Yeah, it's a tough one, Dan, as far as that side is concerned. So not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Maybe everybody in the chat is low energy today too. Not a whole lot of opinions for a majority of these games. Tasha thinks it's more of an under game. We shall see. But we made it. We made it through the NBA card. We skipped a few games. Like I said, if you wanted to hear about the games I didn't talk about, I'll be on with Kyle at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on his channel. You can come hear us talk about all of them. Um, Now it is about that time where we move on over to the best bet segment. And for people who have been here, you guys know what to do. I know I've said it plenty of times, but I apologize for not recapping the past couple days. But you guys know what to do. Everybody will drop their best bets in the chat. New people, there are 3 rules. Put best bet next to it. Put the number or line that you're getting so it can be graded accordingly and or be graded right. And no more than 2 best bets so it doesn't outweigh the others. And while you guys do that, I would just glance through the card, see what I'm willing to make a best bet here for the show. So bear with me for a second. Let me make sure. I want to give you guys something where we can get the same number or really close to the same number too. So let's see. Let's see. A lot of this stuff is moving here. You know what? Y'all know what's been good on this show. And I still think it's good right now at the current number. So that is what we're going to go with here. All right. Before I give that, let's take a look at some of you guys' best bets. Joe likes the Lakers minus 12.5 in the Pelicans first half. Ray D'Amico likes the over in the Suns game. Jake Slobin going with Wolves team total over. Bueno Nelson likes Wolves minus 16. Rich Kebab also on the Lakers. Joshua likes the Magic plus 4. Delbert Royce going with Nets money line. Nice juicy one right there. Tasha got a nice number on the Celtics. Vaughn going with Detroit Atlanta over 223. That's a game that we didn't talk about. Appreciate you sharing some info on that. Anthony H likes the Cavs. Dan says, oh, reliable. Pels first half, -2. And I do think that's a good. See a couple more here. Sean Evans likes AD over 13.5 rebounds. Aaron A also likes the Pelicans. S. Dot, he doesn't have the Heat to pick from today. So what will he go with? He goes with Pelicans money line, Blazers money line in a parlay. Interesting. Interesting. And Matt Greeley, he's interested in a dirty dog today. He'll go with the Grizzlies. So a lot of good stuff coming in for you people watching on the replay. You can still see the live chat. All you have to do is go to where it says comments. You scroll over and click it, and it'll pull up the live chat like you're watching the show in real time. Now, with that said, I don't always do a whole lot of promo, but I will today. And what I have to say is, I told you guys to start the show. I've cashed 59.8% of my last 199 NBA wagers. And on my top plays, I am 107 and 44, which is 70.8%. Last 151 NBA 3% plays or higher. And I have a best bet today up at Wagertalk. So if you want to be involved with the 5% play over there, the link is in the description for my profile at wagertalk.com. My best bet for this show, you guys know, we get paid over here with the Dirty Dogs. And this Bucks team, we just can't trust them to be laying this big of a number. It just is what it is. They're covering 25% of games as a double-digit favorite. It wasn't the longest of road trips, but first game home after 3 games on the road, they're unrested. Um, I gotta roll with the Grizzlies. They're gritty. They're playing a little well coming off that win lately, and still have guys over there who need to prove themselves. So I know we'll get the effort. Grizzlies, best number you can get right now with our good friends over there at Superbook. I see it plus 13. So best bet. Also the dirty dog of the day, Grizzlies plus 13. Appreciate you guys for coming in and hanging out with me. And like I always say, the chat is amazing. A lot of great handicappers, great information. And it's always a good time when we come and cap the games together. So we wrap this one up pretty quick, 31 minutes. Best of luck if you tell. Good luck, everybody, on all your action. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.